And on the line with me, I have Julie. And Julie's from Club in Action. And Julie and I have been working together for a long time. I think almost about the same time, right? We started about 6 years ago, 7 years ago. And actually, Julie has, she's really good on the phone. So if you ever heard her talk at the club, you know she's a people person. And the good thing about real estate is that's all you need, is to be a people person, be able to connect, be able to help other people, and you'll do very well. So today, well, first of all, thank you so much for coming at 6 o'clock. I know a lot of you are probably getting out of work, and it's very difficult. Actually, I was running here. I just went to go see a property at 5:30. So I went to see it, took some pictures, came running back. So life never stops for the real estate investor. And if you're going to be wholesaling, you know, there's always a lot of action. So I am so glad that you're here. We're going to be getting into the nitty-gritty of how to get started in real estate. That is my hand up here on this contract, and you're going to be doing a lot of contracts. Now, at first it might be seem intimidating, but actually the more you do it, the faster you go and the faster you get paid. So what I had this whole presentation, as you can see up here. But what I want to tell you, I'm actually going to go step by step on what I did today to get 4 deals that I'm sending to my buyers list. All right, so I just want to show you that you can get deals that same day. So my motivation right now, just a little bit about me, is I'm getting married in September, at the end of September. So we're looking for a house, we're buying a car, we're paying for our wedding. So today I was like, you know what, I'm going to be dialing for dollars. So today I wanted to show you how I got 2 leads from other wholesalers, and then how I also got under contract 2 more deals today from my agent. So this is really a good opportunity, a good time to go out there and find deals. Okay, so just to let you know, I never count my chickens before they're hatched, so I never count my wholesale fees until I get them. But just to give you a little bit of an idea, so the first 2 wholesaler deals that were brought to me, I added 5,000 to one and 10,000 to another one. And it looks like I have already buyers for those. They're looking at those right now. Okay, so that's $15,000 for today's work. Yesterday I put in 5 offers, and today I got 2 accepted. And those I'm putting in $10,000 each. So actually one's $15,000 and one's $10,000 each fee. And that's from yesterday's work. All right, so the thing is, you can go out there and you can do this. All right, so my whole presentation, I'm just going to go over a little bit, but if it's okay with you, I'm going to show you what I did today to get those deals. Okay, does that sound good to you guys? But I really want you to get out there, get those deals, and make some money. All right, so I'm just going to go over a little bit of background of who I am and how I got started here. Now, how often, if you haven't done a deal yet, have you thought, I wish I knew how to get started in real estate? Or if you have gotten started in real estate, you did a few deals, you've done, this is your full-time gig, are you saying, I'm so tired, I feel like I'm spinning my wheels? All right, when I first started real estate, I was doing pretty well, and all of a sudden I got into a rut, and I felt like I was spinning my wheels. So what I ended up doing is saying, you know what, I just had to stop everything, kind of reevaluate, and I created systems to help me get deals on a constant basis. So whether you're just getting started or you're started and you're just feeling really frustrated right now because you're having a hard time finding those deals, you feel like you're in a rut, you feel like you're going in a circle. Okay, I've been there. And the big thing that you have to realize is all systems. Once you set up your real estate system and you have people working for you, instead of you going and chasing the deal, they come to you, it's a lot easier. All right? So that's what I'm going to tell you today, and that way tomorrow I want you to go out and you're going to go find those deals. Sound good? So just a little bit of background on my story. I went to, actually just go back further, I went to UC Irvine for my undergrad. I thought I was going to be a world-class doctor, and then I found out that there's actually something called epidemiology. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's just epi means like epidemic, demi means people. So I was studying epidemics or diseases in the population. And I loved it. Okay, so I went to USC. I got 2 master's degrees trying to, study this, and I was going to go out and save the whole world from every disease out there, right? And then I loved it. Okay, and it wasn't for the money because we didn't. Our first day in class, our professor told us, if you're here for the money, you're in the wrong profession. Okay, you're there for the love. And he was right. I loved it. I didn't think I wanted to do anything else my whole life. I even taught it. I taught at Irvine Valley College. this was my life. Okay, so I found out about real estate. I heard Robert Kiyosaki on TV, talking about, you're either an employee, you're self-employed, you're an investor, or you have your own business. All right, he's thinking, what do you want to be? He went through all the points, the pros and cons of each one of them, and I realized, even though I love what I do, this is not a good financial future for my family. So my family, as I get married and have kids, and also my parents as they're getting older. So I think we're called the sandwich generation, right, where you're taking care of young kids and older parents. So definitely, I thought I needed to make a change. Okay, so if you totally hate your job, that's even more motivation to get going, right? Okay, me, I loved it. It was a struggle for me to switch over, okay, until I saw the benefits of having my own business, and especially having a real estate business. And in this, what I'm going to show you today is you don't need a dime. Okay, seriously, you don't need any money to make money in real estate. And I'm going to show you different ways to do that. But I think this is the time to be in real estate right now. Okay, there is a lot of competition, but I'm going to show you how to skirt around that and get deals coming to you. So when I first started, I started taking every single course. Does that sound like you? Right? You're taking a course here, you're going to club there, and you're signing up for course after course after course. And that's okay. I did it. I spent over $50,000 studying real estate. So I studied short sales, how to do seller financing, how to do rentals, rehab, wholesaling, apartments. All right? So I did all of it. I took every single class. Do I regret it? Not at all. All right? So the way I figured was that, when I went to college, I spent money to learn how to do my profession. All right? So I figured, well, I got to spend money to learn this new profession. Okay? So I made that many times over already, okay, and I don't regret any single one of the courses that I've ever bought. Now, however, there's a little caution to this. Now, don't just go buy and become a professional seminar student, right? You actually have to apply what you're doing. Now, if you find yourself, you're out there and you're taking class after class after class, and you don't apply it, I'm just going to tell you to stop taking classes right now. Go over what you have already and apply what you know. Apply what you have, okay? Now, whenever I do a wholesale deal, or actually any real estate deal, and I get paid, my little treat to me is that I get to buy a course. Okay, whether it's a book or a course or something, that's my treat to me. Okay, I get to buy a course. So that's a good habit to get into, because if you start going into a seminar mode, believe me, you could go to every single seminar and not do one deal. Okay, you actually have to go out there and do something with it. All right, so that you really have to just take action. All right. So I'm going to tell you how I found my niche, which is wholesaling. Now, wholesaling, I'm going to give you an example of my first deal. Okay, so my very first deal that I ever did in wholesaling was 2008 in February. And this one, somebody came to our investment club and said, hey, go to this website, call this agent. She gave us the agent's name and phone number. They're really good agents for investors. Give them a call, make them offers. So my thing, I was going to hold the property for rental and do a cash out refi. So I was going to hold it and keep the money for the refi. So I got 3 properties under contract. My first offer's out. I put 3 in, and I got 3 accepted. So I was just going to cancel the other 2 and keep one of them. And when I went to my hard money lender for the money, he said, you know what? I know somebody who might want these. Give him a call. So I called him up, and he said, yeah, how about if I give you $2,000 for each property? And I said, well, no, because I was planning on pulling about 20 out. I said, no, it's okay. I don't think so. And he's like, oh, here, just give me the address, and I'll go check it out. So it was in St. Louis. So the price was $39,000. I made a $35,000 offer and needed 10 to repair. After repair value was $95,000, rents were $850. So smoking hot deal. You can see why I didn't want to get rid of it, right? But then he said, I'll give you $10,000 for it. So what did I say? Yes. I said, okay. So he gave me that. But he also said, you know what? So here's just proof. And I did it under my own name. I didn't have an LLC back then. I just did it under my own name. And then he said, but I also want the other one. All right, so I had it under contract for $27,000, and I sold it for $35,000. All right, so I had to pay some escrow fees and escrow closing, so my total profit was $8,500, and it was wired to the bank. So my first deal, so it was kind of 3 in 1. And the other one I kept for rental, I still have it today. Okay, so what I have dispersed in February. Okay, check this out, almost $20,000 in February. Now, how many of you would like $20,000 right now? How about 10? How about 5? Right? This is very doable. Okay, and at this time, when this money was wired directly to my bank account, I did not spend it. Okay, I kept it in there for about 3 months, and I thought they made a mistake. I was like, you know what? They're going to want it back. Oh my goodness, I'm not going to spend it. Okay, so picture that, $20,000 in your bank account in 1 month. Can you picture that? And are you hungry for it? Are you hungering for it? Okay, it is doable. Okay, last month I think we did, and this is part, because I'll show you what else I'm doing. And I'm doing wholesaling part time now, but I made 20 something, I think 25,000 last month. So it is doable. Okay, I had somebody says I'll settle for 3K right now. You know what? Me too. Okay, sometimes, okay, let me tell you the range of that I've ever made. The lowest I've ever made was $1,000. Okay, on my fee. And guess what? $1,000 is $1,000. That's a lot of money. Okay, definitely a lot of money. My highest fee I've ever got paid was $80,000, and that was for 3 houses in one type of deal. And I'll show you a little bit about that if you have time. Okay, so average right now, I'm averaging about $7,000 to $10,000 per property. So not bad, right? So today I'm going to show you how I got 4 under contract today. Okay, today I'm already sending out these properties to my buyers, and that's with work last night that I did and work today. Okay, so it looks like total in there I'll probably be making about like maybe 30 something, about 30,000, 30 to 40,000 this month. Not bad, right? All closing before the end of the month. So, yay, right? So when you're under pressure, so today, I'll tell you my story for today. So like I told you, and actually we're doing a rehab too. So I need more funds for a rehab that I have. I need money for my wedding. I need a brand new car. My car, has over 250,000 miles on it, and we're buying a house. Okay, so pressure. Okay, so while my fiance is out there, he's a contractor. He does windows. He's picking up a bunch of side work, and he's making a lot of money. Okay, so I'm like, yay for partnership. But I felt like, okay, well, I got to bring in my end too. So today I just said, you know what? I'll show you later what I've been doing. I said, you know what? I haven't really been putting in offers and looking for properties like I should. So I said, you know what? I'm going to use my phone today and just start dialing for dollars. And boy, did I do that. Not only did I find properties, I found new partners, new wholesalers, new agents who are like really excited about working with me right now. Okay, so not only do you get your deals for today, but you also set up your deals for later on, okay, on a continuous basis. So remember, everything that you do multiplies if you have the right system. As you can tell, I'm very excited about real estate. So yes, thank the Lord. Okay, so actually, I was reading a verse that if you believe in God, this, or if you don't, this is a good verse. It says that God did not give us a spirit of fear. Okay, so if you're a Christian and you believe that, just know that this could be scary. You're going to have hard times. You're going to be scared to fail. You're going to be scared to succeed. But remember, the Lord does not give us a spirit of fear. Okay, He wants us to overcome. Okay, so you can go out and don't be fearful. Will you stumble? For sure. Okay, just know that right now. You're going to fall flat on your face sometimes. That's all right. You just get back up. All right, there's plenty of times where I've fallen on my face. Okay, you just get back up. All right, you just move on to the next deal, and you keep going. You develop better systems, and you learn, right? What I call the school of hard knocks. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to get started so you can start getting deals tomorrow. All right, sound good? So, so again, I had this whole presentation ready for you, but I'm just going to kind of skip it right now. And I think I had one more slide. I just want to show you what is wholesaling. Before we get into it, what is wholesaling? So wholesaling, that's my main thing that I do. All right, so wholesaling means I go out, I find the properties, I negotiate with the seller and get it under contract, and now I have a contract that's worth money. Okay, so now I go with that contract, and I go call my buyers and send them an email, and I say, look, I have this contract for $100,000. My fee is $10,000. The house is worth $200,000. Okay, and the repairs are, whatever, $30,000. All right, so they're going to jump all over that. And I get paid my fee. The sellers sell their property. and my buyers have a property, they didn't have to look for anything. Okay, they just go out there and they buy it from me. All right, so I have it all locked up in escrow, ready to go, and all they do is fund it and fund my fee, and that's it. So that's wholesaling. Okay, so wholesaling, you are finding the property, you're negotiating and getting under contract, and then you call your buyers and say, who wants to buy this contract from me? All right, first come, first serve. And believe me, this moves very quickly. Okay, so that's wholesaling. Now, if you have any questions, just let me know, okay, as I'm going, because I can see your questions. So if you have any questions as I'm talking, type them in, and I'll definitely answer them. All right, so let's just get started. I'm going to show you what I did today, okay, how I got some deals. All right, let me close this. All right, I'm sure you heard the good old Craigslist, right? Craigslist is your friend. I was telling my class one time, because I teach one day and a 2-day class, and I was telling them my favorite way to find deals, find network, find people is Craigslist. This is my absolute favorite way to find deals is on Craigslist. And then one day I was, I stood down and I said, okay, I got all my property information sheets to fill out, and I started making calls. And then somebody said, hey, Ginger, it's me. I went to your class. You really do call Craigslist. So it was so funny. I'm not going to tell you things to do that I don't do. Okay? If they don't work, I'm not going to show you that, right? So I'm going to show you what I did today. So today, I just went on Craigslist, okay? And I said, you know what? Let me just see what's out there. I'm going to be dialing for dollars. So I got up 7 this morning, started my email, started calling. Okay, well, not 7. I didn't want people to get mad at me. 8 o'clock, I started calling people, started emailing people. Okay, this morning I was determined to find deals, and I found 2 of them, and I got 2 under contract. All right, so you have to have that determination of, I'm going to do it today. Seriously, I would say business is about 80, 90 even percent mental. Okay, if you have a good mental, healthy mentality that you're going to go ahead and do it. I had one student who was saying, I'm on a mission. She's like, I'm on a mission to close 5 deals this month. And she closed 3 of them. Okay, so she was on a mission, and she didn't let anything stop her. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to feel like I'm on a mission, I'm going to do this, and nothing's going to stop me. All right, when you have that attitude, you will excel. Okay, you will not let anything deter you from getting those deals. Okay, so before I show you this, I just want you to know that you really, really need to have that attitude, or it's not going to work. All right, I had one student who sent out mass mailers of getting appointment with sellers all the time. Okay, sellers were calling him, they liked him and everything, but he could never close the sale. Could never close that contract. So I asked him, what's going on? And he told me what he was saying, and it was the right words and everything. And then I said, well, what are you thinking when you offer them, the low cash offer, or when you offer to take over the mortgage? What are you thinking? And he said, well, I'm thinking, why would they take something like this? I wouldn't take it. So he sabotaged himself right from the beginning. Okay, so I'm going to ask you not to sabotage yourself. You're going to go out there and you're going to know this works. Okay, you're going to know that you're going to get a deal. All right, it might take a little bit long, okay, but if you don't give up, guess what? You're going to get that deal. All right, it just takes a lot of persistence. Okay, so I just wanted to say that before we get going, because you're going to see it takes a lot of work to get going. Okay, so you go to Craigslist, you find out what areas you want. So I chose LA, but you could choose anywhere. Okay, and you could wholesale from anywhere. Okay, so you saw those deals in St. Louis. I'm here in California. Okay, here in Anaheim. Those deals were in St. Louis. All right, so you could wholesale anywhere, remotely. You don't even have to be there. Okay, I'd never even seen those properties. Okay, I didn't even know that buyer. I'd never seen them before. And actually, most of my buyers, I don't know them. I've never seen them before. Okay, so definitely you have to have the attitude and know that you can do this anywhere. All right, so I went to Craigslist, chose LA, and I'm going to click real estate for sale. Now, there's 2 ways that I approach this. Okay, I'm either going to go contact the owner directly or contact the agent. Now, I do both. Okay, so but I do separate them. So, for example, I'm going to talk to the owner. Okay, I want somebody who is just anxious to sell, and there's no agents involved. I'm going to go talk to them, and we're going to make an offer. Okay, and actually, I guess I could show you an offer I made today for somebody who showed me. Actually, you know, let me open. Again, systems, right? So this one. Let's see. Okay, so I made a folder of all the people I was calling today. Okay, so here's the house. It's in Glendora, and this one, I decided just to go scroll through Craigslist and see what I would find. So this one, she was saying, this is a Glendora house for sale, $390, and 3-bedroom, 1-bath. Okay, so she says rented, the tenants are leaving, she just needs cash to move. Okay, so I said, would you consider any seller financing? She said, no, I just want cash out and move. And needs TLC, carpet, paint, and she thinks everything's been updated. So I said, all right. So I did my comps on it, and I sent her an offer this morning. This is what I did. First, I sent her this. Okay, so when you're making an offer, you need to justify your offer. Like, why are you giving me this low cash offer, right? So I gave her all the comps. Okay, so it looks like the ARV was between 420 and 450. Okay, so I just put 420 just to be conservative. Minus sales cost when I sell it after I fix it up. Estimated fixed cost. Then when we buy it, we have to pay escrow, title insurance, right? Property insurance. And then my profit, what I need, in cash offered the seller. Okay, so 301. She wanted 399. Okay, so I offered her 310. You know, I bumped it up a little bit, just to, you know, that way it has a little bit of negotiating room. So the highest I could go was 320. I'll show you how I figured that out later. So I said we could show, you know, we could close July 1st or sooner if you wish, and we'll take over the 10th. Okay, she emailed back saying, no, thank you for your offer, but I actually need 385 to walk away and buy another property. Okay, so I emailed her back and I said, no problem, then you know, you change your mind, or if you know somebody else who needs a cash offer. All right, so I gave her that, plus the purchase agreement. Okay, and I just said, I'll give you 310 in cash, right? $1,000 deposit. I could put 100, it didn't matter. 10, I could put $1. And it's a 2-pager, and I signed it, and that was it. Okay, and I sent it to her. Was that easy? Okay, let's close this. That's the other thing I'm working on. I'll show you right now. But yeah, so I offered her, and she said no. That was one offer down this morning by like 10, right? So, but I went ahead and I kept calling people. Okay, so you can either look through here today. I just felt like looking through all of them, right? I just felt like going calling them and see what's for sale. A fast way to find them, though, is to use the search term. So say I want a fixer. So anything that has the word fixer in it, I want. Okay, so, and this is for sale by owner. So let's see this one. It says, check this out, great opportunity for fixer, investor, phenomenal spreads. Listen, man, he's really colorful. Listen, this opportunity of a lifetime will not last in the fierce market that we are in. Decide now to make a move and be the first to get this property, blah, 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 blah. Give you the address. Okay, so this is how you know this is a wholesaler. Only 680 repairs, ARV. Okay, that's our lingo that we use, ARV. And it says ready to be assigned. ARV means after repair value. Okay, so after we repair it, how much can we sell it for? Okay, so something like this, what I go to my deal analyzer. And just look in the numbers. So remember, you're going to be seeing a lot of this. Remember, it's a lot of legwork. So you want 680, 1, 2, 3, repair 70, and he's saying it's worth 910. So just based on that, okay, and then right here I'm saying closing costs are 2%, real estate commissions to sell 5, closing costs, and then seller concessions, say the seller says, oh, you know, I think I need another sewer, you know, that type of thing. And then project time is 3 months. So right here I have projected profit, our cash-on-cash return, annualized return, and percent of the after repair value. So this is this is kind of a deal because there's no room. Say if I want to make $3,000. Okay, I know my buyers, they want at least a $10,000, 10% cash-on-cash return, and at least an 80 or below. So this is tight. All right, so this won't work for my buyers. But look what you have here. You have a wholesaler. okay, actually out there making deals. Okay, so what I would do, contact, cancel, right? Call him up. Actually, so if you're on this call, take his number down. Call him up. Ask him if he has any other properties available, and ask him if he's negotiable on that 680. Just say, you know what, I did my numbers right now. It looks like 680 is pretty tight for my buyers. Okay, is there any wiggle room on that? Can you go down a little bit? Okay, so say he says, yeah, you know what, I could go down to 675. Okay, that's kind of close. Say, how about can you give me 670? And I think we'll be good to go. Okay, so it's still tight, but put it out there and see what happens. Okay, and that's what I did today. I just called a bunch of wholesalers. I called a lot of my agents, and actually the two wholesalers they called me. Okay, because I had developed that relationship already, and they gave me their deal. Said I don't have any buyers. Can you send it to your buyers? And my buyers, two of them said, yeah, looks good. Okay, so you got to be ready to send them to your buyers. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit more about buyer lists, but this is how I did it. Okay, so cancel 661-916-7769. Okay, tell me, saw his deal on Craigslist, kind of tight. Can you come down a little bit on his fee, on the price, and see what happens? All right, and that's what you do. You just go out there and you make offers, you make friends. All right, and here's another view of it. And you ask them repairs. You're saying 70,000 repairs. What does that mean? Does it need a new roof, electrical, plumbing? What does that mean? You ask them what kind of repairs, and then you plug it into your analyzer. Okay. And that's how I did today. So 7 in the morning, I was just going through and emailing everybody, calling everybody, calling all my agents that I made contact with before, and getting those offers in. Okay, here's another one. Investor special. Okay, fixer upper, LA area. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this one is kind of like a lead page. It looks like they don't really have this property. They're saying go here, sign up. You know what? And that's fine. You can go ahead and sign up and be part of their group, so you can get leads or actually just make friends with them. Okay. So I have a question here. It says, so you buy deals from wholesalers to wholesale? I mean, like a daisy chain? Very, very good question. Okay, so I will only deal with the wholesaler who has a property under contract. Okay, so say, for example, this person right here, okay, the Deco Group. If they have the property under contract under their name, I'll go ahead and send it to my buyer list. Now, if they don't, they have, they tell you, oh, well, it's not me, it's a partner. Okay, that's code for daisy chain. Okay, so if they don't have it directly under contract, just tell them, oh, okay, well, actually, it's company policy where we don't do daisy chain. So if next time you have a property directly under contract, give me a call and I'll send it to my list. Okay, daisy chains never, ever, 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 ever work. Don't even try it. Okay, so if they don't have it under contract, don't bother. Just tell them, but next time you get it under contract, let me know, and then I'll work with you. Okay, so never, ever work on a daisy chain. That's actually a very good question. Okay, because I see that too many times and it never works, ever. Okay. Here's a two-bedroom fixer. Pittsburgh. I knew there was a catch. But be careful. There's actually a lot of out-of-state properties that you could buy for $1. Okay, but the thing is, there's like liens on it from the city for like $40,000, and you got to build it again and tear it down. Right? There's tax liens on it. So even for $1, it's probably not even worth that $1. Right? So just be careful for your out-of-state. Now remember, you could do this anywhere. You could do, if you wanted to take on a Pittsburgh deal, go for it. But you have to build a team there. You have to have a team of inspectors who go look at it for you. Give you an inspection report. Agents, definitely need agents on your team, and a contractor to give you an estimate of repairs for it. So you're not there. You can't really see it. Okay, so once you have your team in whatever city you want to be in, you're fine. You can wholesale anywhere. Okay. That is what I did. Now, does that seem hard? Right? I just call them up and make friends. That's it. I call them up and make friends, and they say, look, I have buyers. Now, let me know if you want me to send it to my buyers. Okay, now what I do, something they say, well, you know what? I want brokers. Okay, so major fixer, Beverly Hills. Oh, that is a big fixer. Okay, so it's man, 4,000 square foot house on a huge lot. Okay, so here it is, principal buyers, cash buyers, cannot be financed. So this is what you're looking for. These are the key words right here. Cash buyers and subject property cannot be financed. That's what you're looking for. Properties that cannot be financed. That's what you want. Okay, in as-is condition. All right, so they're looking for 1.5 million. Okay, oh, so now it actually dropped to 1.4 million. All right, so what you do, you will call the agent and say, okay, give me the scoop. What does it need, as far as repairs? Now, agents are not good at giving you a repair estimate unless the rehabbers themselves. Okay, but usually they're not good at that. So what you say is, does it need a roof? Does it need electrical? Does it need plumbing? Does it need sewer? I mean, those are your main ones, right? Does it need a heating and air conditioning system? Those are your most expensive items on the list. Another expensive item that could totally blow your deal is the foundation. How's the foundation? Is it cracked? If it's raised, is it lopsided? So those questions. And once you do that, then you can tell your buyers, look, this is what's needed on here. Okay? And so always, whenever you're talking to an agent, always, 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 at the end of your conversation, say, I'm going to go ahead, analyze this, and give you an offer, but do you have any other distressed deals that you want me to look at? And usually just that question alone, I'll get 3 more leads from the agent. They'll say, oh, yeah, actually, we just got this listed today, or, yeah, we just got this in-house pocket listing today. Okay, so definitely call them. And then later on, once you make that relationship with them, they can write offers for you and be a buyer agent, where they'll bring property to you and say, hey, check out this property. So right now I have 2, 3 buyer agents who bring me property all the time. So I'm hardly on the MLS anymore. Okay, they bring properties to me and I analyze them. I say, here, offer this. So a lot of my chasing the deal days are over, except for today. I felt like a lot of energy today. 7 o'clock, I was ready here getting these things going. Okay, so definitely call these agents. Okay, so even if it doesn't work out, say you're like, nah, that's too high, at least call them back and let them know, you know what, I've worked my numbers out. This is what I was thinking for repairs. This is what I was thinking we can sell it for. So you know what, it might be a little bit tight, but again, if you have any other fixes, let me know, or if the seller wants to negotiate, let me know. Everything is negotiable. Everything. Okay, so don't lose hope. Everything is negotiable. Okay, so that's what I did today. I made friends with new wholesalers. I actually made a new wholesale friend. He says he gets 20 to 30 properties under contract every month. So today, actually, that's the one I met right before the webinar. And he said, I will only deal with you if you're going to buy the property for your own rehab. He said, I don't want you to be sending this to your list of buyers, but I have my own buyers already. So when I met with him at the property, I said, is there a reason, why you don't want me to send this to my buyers? I said, does it matter, because it's going to close. Whether I close it or my buyer close it, it's going to close and you're going to get the sale. And so he didn't understand how to work with other wholesalers. So I think after talking to him, I think he's getting it a little bit more. But yeah, so it's a lot of education. Okay, so don't ever try to be sneaky and say, oh yeah, it's for me, but you actually have a buyer. Okay, just be a friend and say, look, this doesn't work for me as a rehab, but I have a buyer. Let's just close it. Let's work one out. And if it works, then we'll do some more. I mean, this guy has, so I found out today, he has 20 to 30 properties. He gets them under contract and he sells them, but he doesn't get paid for that contract. What he does, he's a real estate agent, so he tells them, got it under contract, I'll give it to you if you give me the listing at the end. Okay, so that's his business model. Okay, he gets paid after they rehab and they list it with him. So I say, oh, interesting. I say, I just get paid from the buyer. Okay, so he didn't understand that. He was saying, why would somebody pay you for something, that they can get themselves? So, so you just have to do a lot of teaching about what you do. Okay, and then always just be upfront and honest. But don't ever tell an agent, wholesaler, they'll freak out on you and say, what is that? Just say, I'm a buyer, and I'm looking for me or my investors. Okay, and that's all you have to say. So does that seem hard at all? It's a lot of work, right? I mean, you do have to go in there. You do have to put in the time, but you can do it. And then, okay, so for example, if you get this under contract, you put it under contract for, you're going to be a really good negotiator. You're going to get it for 1.3. All right, you're going to get it for 1.3. You're going to send it to, and you have it under contract. You're going to send it to your buyer list, and your buyers want it. They'll put the earnest money deposit in escrow. They close it, and you get your wholesale fee. Now tell me, did you put any money into this at all? Did it take you money to go look on Craigslist right now and get it under contract to ask questions? Nothing. right? No money at all. That's what I'm saying. This is the best way to get started in real estate. Or if you're a rehabber, this is the best way to get started on your wholesale section of your business, right? I had a rehabber who was saying, oh, I just been canceling all my contracts. You know, he said, now I'm going to go ahead and wholesale too. So now I'm on his list. He sends a bunch of wholesale deals out, but he's also rehabbing too. So instead of canceling contracts and not making any money, now he's selling contracts to the buyers, okay, that he's cultivated. Now this is my second part here. How do you find these buyers? Okay. Hold on, let me see. I got a question. How do you get a wholesale deal in LA when everyone seems to think their house is Taj Mahal? Right? So, no, exactly. So what I did right here, and one that I showed you before, I show them the comp. I show them the comp. And you're not faking the comp, okay? You're putting actual comps, the high ones and the low ones, okay? You're showing them, look, your house needs TLC. Here's a house that needed TLC, and it sold for $300. Okay, so that was pretty close to what I was going to offer her. Okay, and then so she was telling me, well, no, mine's not a fixer. It just needs paint and carpet and paint, carpet, and something else, and outside. So she thinks it's not a fixer. So guess what? I'm going to be following up with this lady. Okay, because I looked up her mortgage. She's taken out $100,000 in a loan already. She already pulled the money out. She owes $200,000 on it right now. Okay, so if I offer her $310, you know, hey, I think she's in a good position there. Okay, so the thing is, yeah, you show them why you're offering them. Because if I were just to go to her and say, hey, look, I'm going to offer you $310, and she wanted $399, she's going to say, get out of here. You know, stop lowballing me. All right. So, but if I tell her, look, these are the comps. Your house is not completely remodeled or updated or remodeled. Okay. So at least, you know, the $392 she was asking was way off. Okay. So I'm going to say, no, that's not right. So I'm going to say, here's a short sale for $354, but it's bigger than yours. The lot is bigger, right? So forget that one. So the other one's $300, right? Needs TLC, same, still a little bit bigger. Okay, but the lot is the same size. Okay, so I show them, this is why I'm offering you what I'm offering you. And I break it down. This is why I need to do this. Okay, was she angry? Not at all. She was like, thank you so much for your offer. She's like, but right now I need $385. So she was asking $392 or $399, remember? And then she said, I need $385. That was her bottom number. So I got her bottom number. But maybe that's not even her bottom number yet. Okay, so she just put it on Craigslist a little while ago, so we'll see. Because that $385 is not a deal at all. All right. Okay. It says you use a full purchase and sale agreement when you put your deal under contract. I have seen others use a single contract. Which one is correct? Okay, so as far as contracts, it doesn't matter which ones you use. This one is actually a hybrid contract that I use from, it's called First Tuesday. firsttuesday.us. So you go to firsttuesday.us and you could download all the California contracts. Okay, so I haven't been here in a long time, so just look around where you could download the form. Okay, products. Somewhere in here. Okay, so just go through here and find the download. Actually, I think, let's see, you have it here still. Form downloads, maybe? Oh, that's not it anymore. Anyway, go to firsttuesday.us, look around here, and see if you can find it. It's a membership now where you could go ahead and download all the forms. But the form was too long. It was like 4 or 5 pages. So what I did, I just cut out all the stuff I didn't think I needed, and I put some of my own language in there. For example, I added buyer may sign this contract, so I don't have and or sign. I just put it down here. And I got called on that from a rehabber. He said, so you're going to sign this contract? I said, yeah, if I don't want it, I'm going to sign it. And I said, but nothing changes for you. You still get your price, and you still get your closing time. Nothing changes. He said, all right, cool. All right, as long as you explain things to people, people are cool. You know, they're not going to be all weird about it. Okay, so I put it down to a page and a half plus some signing stuff. Okay, so usually the first Tuesday form was 4 or 5 pages. Okay, and then I got another question, where do we get the deal evaluator? I'll tell you later. But right now, I want to tell you, really important is to, if you notice, I kept saying, you got to talk to your buyers, right? You got to talk to your buyers, send it to your buyer list. Well, how do you get a buyer list, right? When I first started, I got a whole bunch of properties under contract, and I couldn't sell them for anything. Why? Because I didn't have my buyer list. So I suggest, if you're just getting started, is to go to all these investment clubs, collect cards from people who are buying property, call them up and say, what are you buying? And go look for it. Pretty much you're taking their order, right? Would you want fries with that? Right? You want to go out there, take their order, and go find them the property. That's the easiest way to go about it, okay? Because if you're just making offers just willy-nilly and you don't have a buyer, it's kind of a moot point, all right? So find your buyers first, then go out and find what they're looking for, all right? They'll tell you, okay, this is the price I want. These are the margins that I need. This is the repairs that I like. This is the areas that I like. And once you do that, go out and find it. Okay, super, super easy to do. This is easy. I want you to get that in your head. It's easy to do. Okay, the process is not hard. It takes legwork for sure. Okay, it definitely takes legwork, but it's possible. So once you find your buyer and once you find your seller, okay, you put them together. Okay, and you get paid for finding and negotiating that deal. All right, so you get good payday. Now, here's a sample of my flyer that I make. Let's do. So this was closing. Actually, got funded today. That was a different one. Let's see. Actually, yes. Let's show you this one. This one. Yeah, this is the one I did today. So this was from a wholesaler. Actually, I'll make it bigger. Okay, actually one of my students, they found this one. Okay, so they have it under contract, and that includes their wholesale fee and my fee. I added a little fee on top. And then it has all the comps on it, has how much they're going to be making, okay, and I pay cash or hard money only. All right, so even if you get properties from a wholesaler, you need to double check their comps. So I had to check their comps, and I added some more that weren't on their list. And yeah, I mean, this was like a super hot deal, right? You have 17% cash on cash return. You can't get that anymore. Okay, it's really hard. Now that's from 10 to 15%. Okay, so this is a really good deal. All right, that's why my buyers are super excited about that one. All right, so this is a flyer. So you send in the flyer with as much information as you can. It's like, here's the deal. This is how much you're going to make, and anything else. Like, this is the repairs. This is what you need to do. Okay, you want to give them as much information as you can so that they can make a quick decision, yes or no. Okay, and if they tell you, if a bunch of people tell you no, then that means your price is too high. Okay, or there's something wrong with the property. So you go fix that. You go back to the seller and say, look, my investors are not liking this deal. They say it's too high because there's a leak in the foundation or something. And then you just negotiate. And you bring it down to what your buyers need. Okay, so remember, everything's negotiable. All right? Okay. Okay, so right here, oh yeah, this is very true. Very, very true. Somebody just wrote, I find that most wholesalers come up with ridiculous ARVs. Yes. Yes, they do. Okay, and the thing is, that's why you have to back it up with your comps. Okay, you have to make sure that your comps are right. I mean, there's some wholesalers that send me deals, I just delete it. I don't even open their emails anymore. You don't want to be that wholesaler. You want to make sure you're showing the right comp and that you're evaluating correctly. Okay, so definitely, you're right, Tom. I mean, seriously, you really need to be sharp on your after repair value. Now, right here we had a good mix of comps in the area. Sometimes there's like one comp, two comps, and then they're completely different. So what you need to do is call the agents in that area and say, look, I'm having a hard time comping this out. If I were to sell it, or if I were to list it with you, what would you list it for after it's repaired? And then call like 3 of them, right? And then you'll get a better idea, all right, of what you can list it for. Now, definitely you have to be very conservative. So right here, like for example, there's one for 1.5 and another one for 1.69. Okay. So what I said was 1.3, just because this was closer. Okay. And then if you add a bedroom and a bath, it would be more in line with this. Okay. So definitely, you have to be conservative, right? Because they will call you on it, all right? Although one time, all my buyers called me on it, and they said, that's too high, your ARV is high. I'm like, damn, I have bratty buyers. And they call me on it, and they're like, no, I can't believe it. This ARV is not true, whatever. I'm like, okay, just delete the email. Stop calling me. But yeah, and then so somebody else bought it. And I follow what people buy it for and stuff. And they sold it for what I said the ARV was going to be. So there. Right? I know what I'm talking about. But definitely, your reputation in this business is everything. Okay, everything. You have to make sure that you're right on. Okay. Yes. So Tom, yeah, sometimes you do want to call them. So if for some reason a wholesaler sends you this and they say the selling price is 2.1, right? And you're looking at comps, you're like, where did they get that 2.1? So it's a fair question. You could say, you could call them up and say, hey, I'm looking at the comps. You're saying that you could sell at 2.1, but I'm seeing it's like 1.3. Just say, I think, am I missing something? Can you let me know? Maybe I'm missing something. Okay, but don't go in saying, oh, you're awful, you don't know how to do this or whatever, because maybe you are missing something, right? So just go in and say, I'm not seeing this. Can you help me see where you're getting that 2.1? Am I missing some comps here? This is what I'm finding. And talk about it. Okay, and then see. And if they're totally off, just say, well, I'm not seeing that, or can we negotiate the price lower? Okay, so definitely call them up. Yeah, that's a good way to do that. And yes, that's right. I show them. I know. I do know what I'm talking about once in a while. Okay, so actually, once you do this and you do it for a while, you'll know different areas, and you'll know like, oh, that's a really good price for that area. Okay, you'll start to know. Like this Los Alamitos is not my area at all. Okay, so I'm kind of depending on my buyers right now to tell me if this is a good price or not. So yeah, so sometimes when you're in a new area, you ask your buyers, well, what do you think? So right now I had one buyer say, oh, you know what, this is too high for me. Because I know he does more rehab than usual. But he was saying that it's too high for him. So I said, well, give me your highest number. What would you do? Because I don't know what my students have it under contract for. So I'll see if there's any wiggle room, or the sellers could go ahead and negotiate the price with the seller, right? So, yeah, everything is negotiable, everything. Okay, so just go out there and start doing it. Oh, man, time flies when I'm talking about my favorite subject. All right, so definitely keep giving me questions, okay? Let's see, with this property, did your contractor tell you what was needed, or did you go and see this house? So actually, my students are rehabbers. So they went to go see the house, and they gave me the estimate for $200,000 to $300,000. Okay, so that's because they are rehabbers. They're very familiar with how to do a rehab. Now, sometimes what I do is I have to estimate from just looking at pictures. Okay, I'm like, oh, that needs a roof. Okay, this is built in 1940. Okay, I know it's going to need plumbing, it's going to need electrical. Right, oh, it's going to need a heating and air conditioning unit. Okay, so I just start adding those up in my head, how much everything's going to cost. Okay, so I have a little sheet, a price sheet of all that. Okay, so you just add it all up. And then your buyers will go out there and take a look at it. So most of my deals that I sell, I don't even step foot in. I have no idea what they look like inside or what they smell like inside. A lot of these houses are stinky. All right, so my buyers go in there, they call me back and say, hey, look, actually you missed, it needs whatever, okay, or it needs more work because of whatever. So that gives me, so if it's too much work that goes over what I thought, I go back to the seller and say, you know what, I had my people go walk the property and they noticed that, the chimney was falling off. So that's going to cost another $10,000 to fix. How about we split that cost and we lower the price a little? Okay, so everything is negotiable. Right? So your buyers are excellent mentors to have to teach you how to estimate costs, and then call them up. Say, hey, can I go with you when you go look at houses and show me how you evaluate rehab? That way I could do a better job for you. Yeah, if they don't have to do it, why not? So they'll go out there, they'll show you how to evaluate the rehab, and then you go out and you find the property. Okay, so remember, your buyers are free mentors on how to do rehab. Okay, so that's how I started doing rehab myself. Okay, because I found a deal, I did the numbers, and I'm like, this is a smoking hot deal. Okay, so it's just because of my experience with my buyers and what they taught me for free, Okay, so actually I don't think I've ever bought a rehab course. I think about that one. But I had a lot of rehabber mentors, okay, who taught me a lot. Okay, so definitely go out there and make offers. All right, so Julie, you want to come back on the line? Let's see if she's there still. Julie? Okay, I think she left. So I just wanted to let you know that we have a class coming up. Okay, so let me just go down here. Actually, I can tell you about Steve first, though. Let me tell you about Steve. He is a student of mine. So cool. Okay, he's a truck driver. Okay, so he went out, found a, he let everybody know. He didn't know, he doesn't even own a computer, by the way. Okay, so he doesn't have a computer, and he's out there making deals. Okay, he just let everybody know what he was doing. He let his neighbors, his coworkers, everybody. He gets a call one day from the lawyer guy saying, "Hey, I heard from I forgot who that you're selling or that you're buying property. I have a property that's a probate property. Do you want to come take a look at it?" So he called the lawyer and said, "Yeah, let's go ahead." And he analyzed it, put it under contract, and he sold it to one of my buyers. He made $5,500. Okay, and he was on the road in the snowstorm. Okay, it was like a blizzard going on. He pulled over in his truck, and he just called the lawyer, and he made the deal. Okay, so he had no computer or anything. Okay, he just did it all on his own, and he made $5,500. Okay, so actually, this is what he said. He said, "I just picked up the check from escrow, and I want to thank you so much. I must admit my hands were shaking just a bit. I'll send you a picture of my testimonial as soon as I calm down." Okay, so funny, right? I mean, when you get that first deal, your first thought is, this is real. Okay, you're thinking, this is real. I understand it now, and it feels so real. Well, maybe not at first, like me. You know, it took me a couple of months to start spending that money, but it is real. Okay, and then once you do that, you get on a roll, and there's something about that first deal that really just tells you, this is good, I'm going to do it again. Okay, so after that, you get on a roll. Okay, and this is my, actually, these are my rehabber students. Okay, so they went out. They remember, they were rehabbers. They were just doing this, you know, for themselves. And they said, add this to your business model. Okay, so they went out there and they found a property in Palm Springs, got a really good price on it, and then they wholesaled it to one of my buyers. Okay, and they made $65,000 on their first wholesale deal. I'm like, wow, I was kind of jealous that that was their first wholesale deal, right? They made $65,000 on one wholesale deal. Okay, so they said, wow, this is better than rehabbing. So now they're doing both. Now they're doing rehabbing and wholesaling. Okay, and they're pretty good at it. Okay, so a couple of things. I have my realestateInsider.co site, and this is a mentorship site where I record videos on how to do everything, from step 1 to step 5 of how to get a deal. Okay, you can go at your own pace and everything, and actually we're doing a lot of revamping of this right now. So, I mean, the way it is, you can still use it, but we're going to actually bump it up and actually make it a lot better. Okay, so you can actually do a free trial, and then for 1 month, and then at the lowest level. Okay, so it has different levels depending on how much help you need. All right, so this is a great way to start. So if you want that deal evaluator, you can go here, sign up for a free trial, and you can download it. Okay, also, I have a class coming up. Okay, it's going to be May 31st. Okay, May 31st. And actually, I'm going to give you a link here. Okay. So I'm going to send you a link on your chat box. Okay. So I'm going to type it here. Okay. Let me know if you got that link. Did everybody get that link? Okay. So go ahead and click that link. I'll click it too. Okay, so yeah, click that link, and then I'll show you everything about the class that we're going to be doing. Okay, so it's going to be in Anaheim, May 31st. It's going to be an all-day class. Okay, so we try to keep it small. That way you could have more questions and just personal attention. Okay, so this is my most popular class. Okay, so here we have our morning session. So I talked to you a little bit more about some tools and everything, and how to get organized and how to Because if you're not organized, sometimes it dampens your great attitude. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to get organized, how to do time management, and then I'm going to go over today's market, what to look for, where to look for, and how to get it. Okay, and then that means finding the seller and how to close that seller too. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and analyze the deal. I'll show you how to use that deal evaluator, and then we're going to find the buyer and close that deal. All right. And then we're going to show you how to do some virtual wholesaling. And then I'm going to walk, you're actually going to be walking from step 1 to step 5 of closing, okay? We're going to be doing a lot of role playing, and you're going to actually be working on one deal, okay? And you're going to walk it through step by step, okay? So that way when you leave, there's no doubt anymore on how to do this, all right? So I think that's the most valuable part of the whole day. After you learn it, you're actually going to apply it and put together a deal. Okay, and we're going to teach you how to do virtual wholesaling. All right. Now, you can watch this little testimonial of some other students who went to my class. And then there's some pictures. Okay, so it's going to be me. That's me, by the way, if you don't know what I look like. I'm going to be teaching most of the class. Okay, and my partner, Rob, he's in charge of all he did this whole website. He's in charge of all our digital marketing and education part. Okay, so he's going to be actually talking to you how to do some virtual wholesaling, okay, using tools online. And then Lena, my student, she's actually going to be there. She's going to be talking to you on how she found her first couple of deals and how she did it, okay. So she's going to be there. And I might have another student too, okay. He's actually my power student, okay. He was with me from when I first started doing this business, and now he's like super wholesaler, rehabber guy, and just wonderful guy, okay. So he might show up too. Okay, so what do you get? Actually, you're going to get a vacant house list. So that is in your area. Wherever you live, we're going to print out a list of vacant houses for you. So you could start sending the mailers, go talking to their neighbors, and get those properties under contract that are not on the ML. Talk about getting shortcuts and bypassing everybody. Okay, you're going to get the vacant houses. And here are just some frequently asked questions. Okay, let's see. Now the prices. Now you could choose. It all depends on what you need, right? If you just want to attend the course, you will get a training manual with it. Okay, so you'll get a training manual with everything we'll be talking about. That's $397. Now, if you want to get the course plus that vacant house list, $497. Now, if you want the course, vacant house list, and your own website, that's $597. So this, I think this is a better value here because you get all three things. Okay, and in your own website that, let's see, show them again, that Rob, he's going to be going ahead and doing the SEO to rank it high up in Google. Okay, so he's definitely going to do that. He did my website, and I'm getting leads today. I got so many leads today from my website. Crazy. And I just got this, got my website, maybe what, 2 weeks ago. Okay, so I'm getting leads. Crazy. Okay, so it works. So right here is the platinum. Okay, I think this is the best value, but you choose whatever one that you need. Okay, all of it's good. As long as you show up and you learn, we're going to go over exactly how to find properties, how to analyze them, what's a good deal, what's a bad deal, and just to make sure that you set up your systems correctly. So this is not only going to teach you how to do it, it's going to teach you how to set up your systems so that way they run without you. So for example, I went to the Bahamas for 2 weeks, and I got deals done. Did I do them? No. It was actually my virtual assistant, okay, who got them done. So I'll talk about that too. So, you put registered now in Anaheim, right by Disneyland, okay? So I hope you show up. Any other questions before we end the webinar? So, okay. Okay, here's a question here. You use a pool. Oh, okay. We answered that one already. Okay. Any other questions before we go? All right. Well, thank you so much for coming. And again, hit that link that I sent you on your chat box. Okay. And then go ahead and sign up for that class. And I hope to see you there. I mean, this is a great time to do this. Again, you don't need any money. Imagine that. You don't need any money to make money. I say this is making money out of thin air. Okay. This is magic money. All right. So I hope you sign up. And it's May 31st. And I hope you learned a lot today, and go out there today and make some deals. Okay, if you get something under contract, send it my way. I'll send it to my buyer list, all right? So talk to you soon, and thank you so much. Bye-bye.